Welcome students. In this video we are going to solve sums of exercise 5.2 of chapter 5 complex numbers and quadratic equation of NCERT class 11th. So in the previous video we have solved the 4 sums, and in this video we will solve question number 5 onwards. So convert each of the complex numbers in the polar form. Here we have to convert this complex number -1 minus iota in the polar form. So first of all we have to find the value of r and theta, and then we write it as r bracket cos theta plus iota sin theta. That will be the polar form. So let z equal to -1 minus iota. So here r cos theta is -1 and r sin theta is again -1. Both are -1. Real part is -1 and imaginary part is again -1. Now squaring and adding first and second, we get r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta equal to -1 whole square plus -1 whole square. Or we can say r square bracket, r square is common, so we take it out, and inside bracket we are left with cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to 1 plus 1. Now cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1, so it becomes r square, that is equal to 2. So here r becomes under root 2. We will take positive sign because r is the distance of complex number from origin, which is always positive. So r will become under root 2. Now we find the value of theta. For that, first of all we find the value of alpha, that is tan inverse modulus y by x, where y is the imaginary part and x is the real part of the given complex number. So tan inverse, now imaginary part is -1 and real part is 1. So modulus will be tan inverse mod -1, that is 1, which is equal to pi by 4, 45 degree, because at pi by 4 value of tan is 1. So tan inverse 1 is equal to pi by 4. Now this is the value of alpha. Now we will see in which quadrant this complex number lies. Just look at this. This is the x-axis and this is y. First, second, third and fourth. In first quadrant there are always positive signs. In second quadrant negative x and positive y. In third both are negative, and in fourth positive x and negative y. Now here we can see the real part is negative and the imaginary is also negative. Both are negative, so it lies in third quadrant. It lies in third quadrant. So in third quadrant the value of theta is minus of pi minus alpha, as we have seen before. So here we will write, since z lies in third quadrant, therefore theta will become minus of pi minus alpha. That is, theta is equal to minus of pi minus pi by 4. That is equal to minus of 4 pi minus pi by 4, which is minus 3 pi by 4. So theta is minus 3 pi by 4. So polar form of z is r bracket cos theta plus iota sin theta. This is the polar form. So we put the value. R is under root 2 cos -3 pi by 4 plus iota sine minus 3 pi by 4. So this is the required polar form of the given complex number. This completes the fifth question. Now look at the sixth one. In the sixth question, the complex number is minus 3. Here imaginary part is 0. So again let z equal to minus 3. Here r cos theta is minus 3 and r sin theta is 0. So squaring and adding. On squaring and adding, we get r square within bracket cos square theta plus sin square theta. It will come out common, r square is common, equal to minus 3 whole square plus 0. 0 square you can write. So it becomes 9. So r square is 9, which implies r equal to under root 9, that is 3. So this implies r is 3. Now we have to find the value of theta. Now alpha is tan inverse, imaginary part is 0 and real part is minus 3. So that will be tan inverse 0. Now the value of tan is 0 at which angle? 0 itself. We know that tan of 0 is 0. So tan inverse 0 is 0. Because we know that value of tan at 0 angle is 0 degree is 0. So tan inverse 0 will be 0. So alpha is equal to 0. Now we have to find the value of theta. Now our complex number is minus 3, which lies on negative x-axis. Here maybe this you can consider minus 3 points. So our z lies here, that is in the second quadrant. And for second quadrant, theta is pi minus alpha. This is our theta. So alpha is equal to 0. This implies theta is pi minus alpha, because z lies on negative x-axis. So theta becomes pi minus 0, that is pi. So we can write the polar form r cos theta plus iota sin theta, which is value of r is 3 and cos pi plus iota sin pi. This is the required polar form. R equal to 3 and theta is pi, so it becomes 3 bracket cos pi plus iota sin pi. So this completes sixth question. Now look at the seventh. Now again here r cos theta, real part is under root 3 and r sin theta, that is imaginary part, is 1. So again squaring and adding first and second, we get r square within bracket cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to, now under root 3 whole square plus 1 square, that is 3 plus 1, that is 4. So r becomes under root 4, that is 2. So r is equal to 2. Now we will find the value of theta. Now alpha is tan inverse, imaginary part is 1 and our real part is root 3. So that will be tan inverse 1 by root 3. Now the value of tan is 1 by root 3 when theta is 30 degree, that is pi by 6. So it becomes pi by 6. Now here we observe both real and imaginary parts are positive. So this implies, since Z lies in first quadrant, because both real and imaginary parts are positive, so Z lies in first quadrant. So theta is equal to alpha itself. As we have seen before, theta और alpha जो हैं वो same होंगे. So here theta is equal to pi by 6. So we can say polar form, we can write r cos theta plus iota sin theta. So it becomes r, value of r is 2 cos pi by 6 plus iota sin pi by 6. This is the required polar form. This completes the 7th question. Now look at the 8th one. Here it is purely an imaginary number. So r cos theta here is 0 and r sin theta is 1. Because real part is 0 and imaginary part is 1. So now squaring and adding first and second, we get r square bracket cos square plus sin square theta equal to 0 square plus 1 square, that is 1. So r square is equal to 1. This implies r is equal to 1. We will take the positive sign. Now for theta, alpha is equal to tan inverse. Now here imaginary part is 1, that is y is 1, and real part is 0, which is tan inverse of infinity, which is not defined, you can say. So we know that at pi by 2 tan is not defined or infinite. So the value of alpha is pi by 2. Now here also again we can see this value is iota, that is our complex number lies somewhere here, that is on the positive y-axis. So our alpha will remain, our theta will remain equal to alpha. So we can say here theta is equal to alpha is equal to pi by 2, because the complex number lies on the positive y-axis. So we can see that this complex number, this is at angle pi by 2. Here we can write, because z lies on positive y-axis or imaginary axis. So polar form is r cos theta plus iota sin theta, which is given by value of r is 1 and cos pi by 2 plus iota sin pi by 2. So this is the required polar form, and with this this exercise is completed. Exercise 5.2. If you find this video useful, please subscribe my channel and like and share this video as much as you can. Thank you.